Chelsea fans, buckle up, we need to talk about it. Alejandro Garnacho, Xavi Simons, apparently both could happen, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been in denial. I've been actively trying to avoid to talk about this subject, but Garnacho to Chelsea looks like it might happen, and we need to talk about it. Open and honest, no agenda, no bias, let's talk. Furthermore, Cucurella might be getting a new deal. This is massive, because this is going to be the first opportunity that Blueco have to show us how they will treat a player in their prime when it comes to contract renewal. And finally, Donnarumma has been linked with the club. A lot of people have said this can't happen, the wages are too big. And you know what? I'm one of those people. But there is a huge segment within the Chelsea fan base that doesn't want him because apparently, and I quote, he's not better than Sanchez or he's not the right profile. We need to talk about that. We need to break it down. We need to be honest and transparent to what we have become as football fans in 2025. Because it makes me sick when I hear stuff. Donnarumma is not the right profile. He's a goalkeeper. He's a top 5 goalkeeper. So before I get into that conversation, firstly, hit the like button. It's the best way you can support. Number 2, share the content. That share button, tell a friend to tell a friend. The best way you can help this channel grow is by you actively telling other people. And finally, if you're new, subscribe. All right, we're getting closer and closer to 43,000. We're like 800 people away. So do your thing. Subscribe. It's free of charge. Let's get started. All right, let's talk about this, right? The Xavi Simons deal is progress. What we know about it is Chelsea have got an agreement with the player. The player wants to join. And Chelsea have got good relationships with Leipzig where they're discussing right now. I give you more details in yesterday's video. You can go check it out. However, the deal will eventually get done based on everything we're hearing from Fabrizio, from Ornstein and many others. Garnacho, it's not going away. It genuinely is not going away. The Manchester United graduate from the academy has basically been put in a position where he needs to leave the club. It has been rapidly reported that Amorim said to him, you better pray we find you a move because you're never playing for this club again. Since then, he's not on the pre-season tour. They're actively looking for a move for him. And most importantly, the player wants to leave. So what has happened that is religiously getting people worried? Because on a daily basis, we hear Fabrizio say, do not rule out Garnacho to Chelsea. Chelsea are still interested in Garnacho. And any other formation of that sentence that you can put into ChatGPT and they'll give you 20 different variations. What happened yesterday? Fabrizio, Matt Law, Ben Jacob. Add Ornstein to that, that's the 4 most reliable people regarding Chelsea Football Club to come out with news. When they come out, you listen. When they come out and speak, we all sit back and say, this is either coming from the club, coming from the agent, or from people in the know, right? This is massive. We can't deny it, we can't avoid it. And they said Xavi Simons will not put an end to the Garnacho links. If anything, Chelsea still believe they can get Garnacho alongside Simons. They value the player. Ben Jacobs went as far as saying, and the reasoning for this is, Chelsea believe if Jackson moves on, with Mudryk being suspended, Sancho going back off loan, George going on loan, Chelsea feel Garnacho would be a good addition to have. Now that you have all the information, now it's time for me to speak. Number 1, why do I think Chelsea wanted? I think Chelsea believe there's a talent in there. I don't see it, but I can see why they think it, right? At age 19, I think he got 7 league goals and 6 assists in 27 or something games. Off the bench, he had a brilliant season. The year after that, he regressed. One argument I will say in his defense, everybody regresses at Manchester United. It's the norm to be good and then rubbish. Because you look at the catalogue of players that have started or joined Manchester United since the Fergie era. Who has got better? Since Fergie has left, who has got better? Some would argue Bruno Fernandes, right? After that, everyone else has stagnated or become worse. Pogba went there, never became what he was meant to be. Martial got injured consistently. Rashford blew up, looked amazing, never became what he's meant to be. Garnacho never became what he meant to be. We can literally go through a list of players. Who goes to Manchester United and improves? If anything, people leave Manchester United and people start valuing them more. So from that aspect, I can see why they believe I can change him. Furthermore, the other thing, he's going to be cheap. United wants 60 million. Chelsea will get him on their terms. Meaning, if they can get him for 35 to 40, what they are thinking, and I'm telling you now, this is how they're thinking. We get him for 35, 40. He comes in. He's in a winning culture. Enzo can fix him. If Enzo can't fix him, we can shift him for 35, 40 because the interest in this kid is going to be there in Italy. The interest in this kid will always be there in Spain. And 35, 40 in 2 years' time on book value is 2025. It's worth the risk. That's how they're thinking. The other thing is the player is desperate to join Chelsea. The player wants to stay in the Premier League. Look, the player's not stupid, right? The player played for Manchester United. In his head, he's above Forest. He's above Aston Villa. He's above Newcastle. He wants to play for the big boys. He thinks he's too good to go to Napoli, for crying out loud. He wants to play for the big teams in England and compete for trophies. And I think he has a chip on his shoulder. I wouldn't do it, but it's getting to the point where it's inevitable that this deal is going to happen. And we need to accept it. We don't need to like it, but we need to support him. Another thing I want to talk about is there's a few idiots. And I'm sorry, they are idiots. They've started a petition and they're actively writing in that petition, we don't want Garnacho. Number one, we are not Arsenal fans. We have class, we have standards, and we do not make fools out of ourselves. Number two, what do you think your petition's going to do? You lot went outside of Stamford Bridge, protested, had a go at me for saying, don't protest, guys. We don't need to. It's going to get you nothing. What are we protesting about? To think it's going to make a difference. You think a few signatures on a petition will not get Garnacho to the club. Guys, it doesn't work. And what's happening is we're bullying the kid. Because this is bullying, by the way. You know, when it happened to Noni, I didn't like it. Now it's happening to Garnacho, I still don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is because it's not his fault. The club wants to buy him. He wants to do what's best for his career. And coming to Chelsea would be amazing for his career. It's a huge club. It's a club on the up. Chelsea want to do what's best for their pocket and bring him in, and he's got potential. If he scores a couple of goals, everyone will love him. And another thing I want to add, by the way, he's nowhere near as bad as people are making him sound. I just don't like his character. I'm not going to lie. I don't like the drama that's going to come from his brother. His brother's definitely going to know about this channel. And when he plays bad, I don't want to deal with it. He's either going to love me or hate me. He's either going to slide in my DM telling me to prop Garnacho, or he's going to abuse me when I say the truth that I don't like the player. I'm telling you, those two things are definitely going to happen, right? Players' families watch these channels all the time. And surprise, surprise. So for me, I'm going to be honest with you, innit? It gets to the point where I don't want the drama that comes with signing that player. But it is what it is, man. Hit the like button and let's proceed on to the next story. Cucurella. Cucurella looks to be getting a new deal. So according to Fabrizio Romano, and this is a great story because Fabrizio Romano won't be saying this unless this is true. Chelsea are looking to give a new contract to Cucurella, and for me, this is brilliant news. When Cucurella first joined, he didn't start off well. We all know that. He had a very, very, very shaky start at life for Chelsea. However, as time went on, he's really developed into a great player. He's developed into everything we wanted to play. And if anything, he's the highlight of sometimes when you buy a player, give him more than 12 months. Give him more than 12 months. Don't judge him straight away. Just because he's Prem proven does not mean he's going to settle in straight away. And he's come in and he's been fantastic. Now he's got to the point where Cucurella has got 3 years left on his deal. So when this year expires, he'll have 2 years. What do we know about Blueco's policy? Blueco do not allow players to go into the final 24 months of their contract. You either leave or you re-sign. Why? Because they want to make sure that they get the highest value when they sell him. And this is fair. I think this is how we protect the asset. I think this is how we make sure that we get some money back for the player. And then also make sure that we don't give out stupid contracts in panic. You know, we don't give out deals that in the long term are going to come back to bite us in our backside. But this is also going to be the first time that we sit down and see what do Blueco do. So what do we know? We know Cucurella is on approximately somewhere between 150 to 170,000 pounds. He got his contract before Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart came in and the structure was built. He got it under Bowley, right? So his wages are high-ish. We know the player loves London. We know the player wants to stay at Chelsea's proper Chelsea. And we know the player basically speaks out about how he is very content at being in this club. And he's also deserved the pay rise. So let's see what they do. For me, 10 to 15%. You know, push him up to 180, 190, I think will be a great deal. Maybe a 200k a week. The thing is, you need to make sure the next deal you give him goes into when he's 32, right? 5 years, takes him to 32, and then you move him when he goes close to 30, or you just re-sign him, rebump him again, on new terms. He's deserved the contract. He is the walking proof that if you give him this deal, no matter what your age is, if you're performing well, they will give you favorable terms. Give him some incentives, make him earn it. I don't see this player leaving. He needs to be rewarded. In the comments below, let me know, right? Do you think Kokare deserves a new deal? Or would you sell him next year? Because there is a thought, where you let him play out another year, you see how he plays, and then maybe you just let him go. And you hope that Hato's ready to come in and take his spot, and then you work from there onwards. I wouldn't do that. I think that's way too risky, but at the same time, 12 months can change a lot of perceptions. Let's be honest. The final story is one where I'm going to get a little bit animated, right? A lot of you aren't going to like what I'm going to say. However, you're going to listen because you enjoy it when I get animated and you enjoy my passion coming out. Look, we've been linked with Donnarumma. I said it from the jump. I don't believe this story. I don't believe we're going to pay 300k. I do not believe Chelsea Football Club will acquire a goalkeeper like Donnarumma. Would I acquire him? 100%. You all seen my rant when we didn't get Mike Mignon. I am usually very measured and very reserved in the way I react to transfers. Mike Mignon pushed me over the edge. This one, I was very calm. I was like, look, we're linked with him. I don't believe it. I don't think it's going to happen. But what I don't like is what we have become as fans in 2025. So people aren't saying, oh, I just don't see this move happening. But if it happens, you know what? This is a great move. This move is a proper game changer, right? Because for me, I've got 5 positives that Donnarumma would bring this team. Number 1, leadership, right? He is a captain of captains. You can see it in his vocal. He demands standards. He's great. Number 2 is a proven winner. Whether it's at AC Milan, whether it's at PSG, he wins trophies, he wins games, match winner. He makes the difference between winning and losing. Fact. Great shot stopper, great fundamentals in the key job that a goalkeeper should be doing. He's a good cross collector. He's massive, so he comes and collects crosses. He punches it when he needs to. We've seen it in clutch situations. For example, the recent Champions League or the Euros with Italy. Also, he has a unique selling point in his penalties. Any penalty shootout you go into, he's your goalkeeper. In my opinion, you're the favourite. I think he is that good in goal in penalties because he covers so much of the net. It is going to be pivotal in you winning more penalty shootouts than you losing. So that's all the positives, right? The negative is he's not the best with his feet. So now people are like, oh, he's not the right profile. He's not the right profile, Alex. We can't sign him. Just stick with Sanchez. And for me, that is beyond silly. Why would you stick with Sanchez when he can't play with his feet well? And what people say, did you see the PSG game? Guys, are you going to point to one game in this whole time? Sanchez has been very good, and I'm being very fair here. Very good in the last 3 months, in my opinion. There was a turning point when Sanchez got back into the team after he was taken out because Jurgensen came in and made a mistake, lost his position. Sanchez was very good. But what changed? Sanchez was told, go long. If in doubt, go long. Do not do stupid stuff. Do not do foolishness. Go long. So, what I'm saying is, our results improved drastically when Robert did that. When Sanchez did that, our results changed. We became significantly more secure defensively. So why don't we just replace Sanchez with a Donnarumma? Do you not think our results would improve drastically? Of course it would. Of course it would. We genuinely, right, would then be judging them not on the way they play with their feet, but their goalkeeping. If anybody is actively telling me Donnarumma is worse than Sanchez, I don't want to debate with you anymore because I feel like you're not being fair or you're lying. Because everybody that understands football agrees Donnarumma is a top 5 goalkeeper in the world. Unless I'm missing something, Sanchez is not a top 5 goalkeeper in the world. So for me, we need to be very transparent and honest here. I don't know who we think we have become as Chelsea fans, where we will turn our nose up on Gigi Donnarumma. I'm not saying Gigi Donnarumma is the perfect Maresca goalkeeper. But what I am saying is, if we're so obsessed with profile, it means we're going to turn our nose up at players like Mbappe, because Mbappe doesn't press and he won't hug the touchline. So what? Mbappe's not good enough to play for Chelsea? Nonsense, right? Are we going to be the type of players that say, you know what? oh, one day if Lamine Yamal wants to come and have a free role alongside Palmer in this team, oh, we can't get him. We need somebody that hugs the touchline. No, you adjust your system. You get as much talented players as you can and you make it work, because that's what your manager's meant to do. Look what Maresca done. He didn't have a ball-playing goalkeeper. He made it work. We have won 14 of our last 16 games because he made it work. This myth that everything has to be perfect and exactly to the way a manager wants, it's not true. It's never existed. It never will exist. I think we need to stop being delusional. And I think in this era, right, football fans have stopped being football fans. They've turned into tacticos and accountants. Everyone thinks they're playing Football Manager. Everyone thinks they work on the board. Everyone thinks they're an accountant. Bro, you're a football fan. You are meant to enjoy what you see on the pitch. You are meant to see your club buy great players and say, you know what? I can't wait to see him play. Not go, oh my God, but what's the fit going to be like? What's the profile? Is it what Enzo wants? Is he going to be able to travella the ball out? Come on, man. Be better. Genuinely. And on this platform, I will... The minute I start being one of those, I'm telling you now, I'm going to pack up and stop doing this. Because the love of the sport's gone. Genuinely, the love of the sport will be gone. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm being unfair to Sanchez? I genuinely don't. I think I've been very fair. I think he's had a good 3 months, but 18 months of poor form does not overweight all the pain that he's caused.